Hey, what's up guys? This is Vasil. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm gonna speak about what do programmers actually do at work. They program. Your workday will really depends on the type of company that you're working at. You could be either working as a remote, in a consultancy company, in a product company. Their reality really differs. I've worked in all positions. I currently work in a product company. My first company was a consultancy, and I've also experienced remote work. I would like to speak about what was my day in all those three different companies. My first job was in a consultancy company. I was just going to work at 9 o'clock and I was sitting down on my computer. I already had the task that I needed to work on, and until 5 o'clock, 5:30, that was finishing work, I was completely programming, except 1 hour for lunch. Need to eat, right? In those consultancy companies, you feel very lonely. I mean, yes, you do have other people that work in the same team as you, in the same project, but you don't really cooperate much. You're really tight on deadlines, and you really need to push as quick as possible to the client because the client needs to get the project in a set deadline. That's why you will spend a lot of the time actually programming and implementing the features that they want. Project architecture, you will take care of that as well. You and your team, of course, if you're lucky enough to be in a team. However, in my consultancy company, I also didn't have any like code reviews or much of like team cooperation. Basically, I was working mostly alone, and that really impacted my progress because I felt like I wasn't improving. I knew what I knew about iOS development, and I couldn't really grow without anybody giving me any feedback or working in a team. Just being stuck in your own thoughts of how you think everything should be implemented, and you might be actually doing everything wrong, which is very possible. It's really hard to progress. Consultancy companies, you usually do program a lot. You might not have much cooperation. If you're lucky, you might have code reviews. I didn't. It's not really the best solution, but for some people it might be. Just want like to program all day, and that is fine for them, and they like to be told you have to do this, you don't need to give any ideas, you don't have much say in the project, and that is fine for some people, but it wasn't fine for me. After that, I moved into a startup, which was like a more product based, which later on I switched to remote in that company. What I have to say about remote is, of course, it's very nice. You can work from wherever you want. However, I had to stick with the schedule of like, I had to stick with the schedule of my team because I was working with another person, and the company wanted me to work the same hours that they worked. And since I was in a different time zone, my working hours were different for them. At that point, I think I was working 8 to 4 or 5. I don't remember quite well. And the good part was like, you could work from anywhere. You could be in a nice, relaxed place. You get a bit of more freedom. You're in a place that you're feeling more relaxed, more productive. However, you're losing this touch of connecting with your team in person. Anything that you will have to do or ask, you will have to ask from a chat, and the feedback that you might get, you might not perceive it the same as you will get from asking in person. Yes, although it's nice, people like to work in remote because they like to travel a lot and they like to work from different places and they don't mind to be working with other in Slack. For me, again, it wasn't really for me. From that startup, then I jumped to my current company, which is a product-based company, and it's not a small one like my consultancy, like the first job that I had in the consultancy company, and it's not also a startup. It's bigger and also has like a lot of people, so big teams and a lot of people working on the same project as you, and that really changes a lot. From the first two companies that I was working from, let's say 9 to 5 every day, programming all day, no meetings, no nothing, fully writing code. In this company, I write more like 2 to 3 hours code, and everything else in my day is taken up by meetings. So usually the date will start with a stand-up, and for those who don't know what a stand-up is, is where you gather with your whole team and everyone speaks about their progress of what they've been working on previously, what they're gonna keep working on today and the rest of the week. It depends on what the stand-up is. If it's the daily stand-up, you will speak about the day or the week. If it's a weekly stand-up, it depends. It's always different. Depends also in your company's culture, how they like to work. So for me, it's a daily stand-up. You speak about the progress, how everything is going on so far, if you have any problems continuing our work, if you need any help from anybody else. And you also listen to everyone else, like cross-platform, what they're working, project managers, design, everyone. You know what everyone is working on, and you can collaborate as well. So as I said before, in a normal day, I'll get 2 to 3 hours to work on my tasks that I have, which we usually spread in a weekly task, and different companies might spread them in like a huge amount of work and like in a weekly or a monthly sprints. They're called sprints, that basically you will have a set goal in like a month or a week, and you will have to finish that goal by that time. Of course, that is not really very strict. Also, again, depends on the company that you are, but it's usually not very strict. You can like slip some into like the next sprint, and like if you know that it will take more time, you can continue working it later on. And then there are all kind of meetings. Like you will have meetings from different teams that they want to present what they've been working on, so you catch up with other teams. You might have meetings with your managers like your personal manager and your tech leads. So because you're in a tech position, you would like to know how your progress is going on and you can speak with them. And there are other kind of meetings that, for example, interviews. You might be invited to interview a potential candidate. It can be either a culture fit interview or a technical interview, depending. And those usually take long time. Like in my situation, a technical interview takes 2 hours and a culture fit will take 1 hour. So as you will see, that is quite a huge amount of your day. A programmer's work day doesn't finish at 5 o'clock when, let's say, you finish work. A programmer usually will take the time after work and continue on their personal projects, their personal interests, do some research. And an example for me is like making those videos for you guys. I come home and I try to figure out what my next video will be and what you guys most likely would be interested in hearing me talk about. Or I could be working in like a personal project, let's say a game or something that it will help me in my daily life, anything. Or experiment with a new framework that I found out. So don't always limit yourself into like in your work. Now I understand that you might want to have like after work to be with your family and to spend time with your spouse, kids if you have, and all of that. And that is normal, you know. You don't really need to do everything after work, and that will help you progress in your career. Of course, all those meetings and even writing like 3 hours straight code can be really tough on you. You might start having a headache, you might need to clear your mind, and you can take a break. You can just clear your head and relax, go spend like 10-15 minutes, how much you need, and clear your head and then go back to your work. So yeah, it's not always straight into like you have to just do this work and you have to attend those meetings. It really takes a lot of time management. Time management is also something considered in remote works, because in a lot of cases it's not like me that I have to work in the same hours as a startup, but you could choose your own working hours. And in my current company, you get a lot of freedom of like when you want to come to work, on what you want to work on, when you want to leave at work, and when you want to work basically and stuff. But you need to take time management. Like you're responsible for the tasks and the things that you've said you're gonna do, and you should manage your time correctly so that you finish your required tasks in a timely manner. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and my opinion about it. I would really like to hear your opinion about what do you do at work, if you're a programmer, of course. And don't forget to watch my other videos and like and subscribe this video, because that means a lot to me. That means that you enjoyed my video, and I will keep doing those. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.